Dog Gadgets. Live.
Hey, it's Friday! Yay! Welcome to Friday, our wonderful, as always, Friday Hangout with Brown Dog Gadgets, where we hang out and show you some weird things we've been working on. Projects, what we've done this week, other things we've kind of got on the back burner, and of course, fun STEM education things or Arduino projects, all that fun jazz. So today we got a couple cool projects to look at that we put together in the middle of documenting or just did document. But as always, I am Josh from browndoggadgets.com. You can find all of these fun resources here at Brown Dog Gadgets. Whether or not you buy our stuff, all of our resources are free one way or the other, so you can always find those out for yourself. Like usual, I'm accompanied by the pretty awesome Pete.
Hey, producer Pete over here.
Pete makes been making a lot of projects lately, while the rest of us have been doing other things around the office, so I keep referencing projects Pete makes. So just change this to things Pete has made this week, talked about by me. No, he's been doing some good stuff lately. So if you have any comments or questions or random things you want to throw at us, shoot us a comment. If you want to check out these things later or see what we're doing, you can check us out at all these wonderful social media overlays. There we go.
There we go.
So you can find us Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun jazz. So it's yay social media. Or if I guess you're doing a really good YouTube thing, smash that like and subscribe. No, we're not those people. But let's pop up to the overhead view because enough
overhead
of me.
view.
Let's go to the overhead view and look at
right.
some projects. So earlier this week we did a fun project with Maker Camp. There we go, Maker Camp. Part of Make Magazine. We were showing off doing an ambulance project and circuit, kind of thing that I frequently do with some of our Crazy Circus projects, actually making an ambulance. So we did a whole how to make this project using these kind of fun components that we have and making a fun circuit. And ta-da, we did it on here. And the real fun one is Pete actually made up a fun paper version of this as well that we've got going on.
Is it still blinking?
It is. No, I think the power ran out.
It's been running for a couple days now.
So Pete, actually, this is a template up on our website right now to do this ambulance. Whether or not you actually want to add the blinking lights, just want to add LEDs. There it goes. I think maybe it just needs to be pressed down. But we used our Blink Fade board, which is a pre-programmed ATtiny 8.5 on there. So yeah, this is a fun thing. You find, actually have the directions right here. So this is the printout. You can do blinking ambulance. Look at how nice. You even put little cut marks here.
That's
Pete,
where you cut, yeah.
It's the attention to detail is why we like you so much.
Thank you.
And then the backside, we have a nice little diagram. And the cool thing with the Blink Fade board is that you can use it for conductive sewing, use it with Lego, or use it just with our 1/8" Maker tape there to put it onto paper. Actually, you could do the same thing on fabric as well with the Maker tape being a wonderful fabric tape in and of itself. And Pete just ran the tape over the top of the sides of our board here. In fact, you know what we should do, Pete?
What should we
should
do?
Use our wonderful close-up camera and look at the board.
Camera.
Yes,
we
have a
can
close-up
do
camera.
that. We can do that. We've
Sweet.
got that right there.
Yeah. Check that out.
Right. That looks like a surface mount ATtiny 85 on there.
Now, Pete, I'm wondering, can we actually zoom in with our software?
Ooh.
If you scroll to the bottom of that.
Oh, wow. Zoom and pan. Let's see.
Let's see if we can zoom in on this little puppy. Holy crud, it actually works today.
We can.
Holy
we can
gee williker. I'm
right.
surprised.
And
thanks, Logitech.
We can focus even. Let's see how good we can get. All
focus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's a surface mount ATtiny 8.5 that's been pre-programmed. We actually broke out all the pins on here and added a couple extra grounds on there. Our whites are all the ground pins. Our VCC, and we have a reset. We actually put the reset on there so when somebody actually really, really wants to get their Arduino on and reprogram the board, this guy, they can. If you don't want to do this, you want to do your own thing with a through-hole version of ATtiny 8.5, we do have this board as a through-hole board on our GitHub repo, which is github.com/browndoggadgets. As a free open source thing. I think, Pete, you have one of those, like our old prototypes on your desk right now.
I do. I'm thinking of putting in a small IC amplifier. Maybe,
cool.
And just see what we can do with that.
Yeah, it's an 8-pin through. It's a generic 8-pin. I think we were at one point going to use the 555 timer instead of an ATtiny. Then we realized ATtinys are way more fun than 555 timers for a lot of people, especially our audience. But anyway, you could totally alligator clip this up to an Arduino and reprogram it if you wanted to.
Well, Josh, does the card explain what they?
Oh yes, actually we'll bring the card in here closely as well. If I can.
There you go.
I'm not smart enough to do this looking at the camera. There we go. So yeah, I mean, we just have this laid out. So we have alternating blinking LEDs
That's what we use
on
for
there.
the ambulance, right?
Yeah.
The alternating blink.
Literally, why we have that on there. It's called the ambulance circuit, or just the like warning aspect. We have a fast blink on there, just a little bit faster. I think maybe twice as fast as these guys. And then we have a fade in and out. Just 2 different speeds of fade, and they work pretty well for fading in and out.
Yeah.
I know you can, if you want to. The nice thing is, like, you can hook up multiple LEDs to a fade or multiple LEDs to a blink. Our big Porg shirt we made last Christmas is just using the 2 alternating blinks, but we have, I think, five LEDs on there. 2 are on one, 3 on the other, so it looks like the LEDs are moving across.
Yeah.
Because it's just alternating them. It's a very simple animation effect. But I know we've made a really nice, big, ugly Christmas sweater years ago where we used all the pins hooked up to just various LEDs to do different effects across the shirt. But again, it's just, it runs off 3 volts. You add more LEDs, just add a better 3-volt power supply, like a AA holder. So, okay, enough of this close-up crud.
All right.
Let's go back to overhead.
There's some overhead.
Yay! I'm not in the corner anymore. I used to have like Josh in the corner on the overheads.
We lost you.
Oh no! Oh
You're
well.
like, should we bring you back? Or?
We could. I mean,
We could.
you just gotta hit plus on the picture of me on the software.
How about this one?
Yeah.
Hey,
Little Josh in the
there you
corner.
go.
Ah.
In the corner. There you go.
So anyway, that was that guy. So, and yay, our blink fade board. I think the closest thing out there that exists is, I think, the like LilyPad Arduino, like the Sparkle board from SparkFun is very similar to that. It's just, again, a pre-programmed 80tiny85 that for sewing, but we made ours you could really easily for Lego or sewing or
And it's
paper.
nice and small compared to like a full-size Arduino, and usually it'll just run off the single cell.
Oh yeah, 3 volts make.
Yeah, you're fine with
Yeah,
it.
you can even do. I love these things too because you can do like a single sensor input as well.
Oh yeah.
Or like a button, or just something like very simple, just running on a really low power system. But yeah, that's why the AT-Tiny85 is a nice little chip, and you can program it from an Arduino as well. Just jumper it over, and there's tons of directions on that all over the internet. So we're just gonna get rid of this guy because you've been blinking since yesterday on this table. But speaking of cool things and Arduino and Lego, let's take a look over here at this.
Oh.
This is something Pete's been kicking around, and this is a version of something, we made 3 years ago when we did our Crazy Circuits Kickstarter campaign. It's a Arduino, one of our robotics boards, hooked up to a couple of continuous rotation servos and a distance sensor. And Pete actually has a better video to show this off. So, Pete, do you want to roll that video?
See that video? Okay.
So, always more money in banana stand. So,
right.
yeah, it's a simple wall avoiding robot. That's a kind of go-to Arduino project for first-time people. And instead of using, say, stepper motors or DC motors with a motor controller, we're just using continuous rotation servos for a very simple setup. And
It's an ultrasonic sensor on the front. Then it sends out ultrasonic sound waves, bounces off the wall, comes back, and it measures how far. It's going a little slow. This was just our sort of quick demo before the before we came on here. But still working on it.
And this is just a super simple chassis that Pete put together with whatever parts he had in the big old bin of Legos. And we did 3D print a Lego holder, like a Lego 3D printed holder off this. Just a random one-off Thingiverse. So if you just search ultrasonic Lego, and this pops up, like 4 or 5 different ones pop up.
Before that, I just was holding on with like some little bit of sticky tape or whatever. But yeah, the Lego mount is pretty nice.
I know ages ago when we were doing our BB-8, the Lego BB-8 that was activated by an ultrasonic sensor. I built a just entirely Lego holder for this. It's not tough to do. If you have a bunch of Lego parts, you can just easily make like a little easy holder for it. It weighs next to nothing, and it's pretty simple. I mean, we just figured 3D printer will just do that for the fun of it because it's 3D printers. What else are you gonna do with them besides print more things for your 3D printer?
You could print personal protection equipment.
You could, Pete. You could print PPEs. I know that was all the rage a month ago on social media. But on the bottom side here, we have, actually, this is a fun little Lego ball bearing. This is an official little Lego Technic part, which is really handy if you're doing anything with Arduinos or servos, just having that third point on the end. Because it's simple, and I think I spent like $1 or $2 for several of these off of brickowl.com. You can also find them at eBay galore. But this is a big one came with the ball bearings, and this is a nice heavy ball bearing. But yeah, this works pretty well, and we're going to keep tweaking this and doing some different chassis. This is like the most basic wall avoiding robot possible. It all just plugs into the top of the robotics board here. Actually, I'll I'll focus as well.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah, the goal here, I tried to build something fairly small. So it started out on my desk, and then it's got a nice little USB battery that kind of tucks in there
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. Might be taped in, but
Oh, sure. It's just a USB.
little tiny one.
Yeah, and I mean you could do this, 3 AA holder or something, or
Yeah.
run power directly into one of these pins on top of the robotics board, which is what I do half the time for my stuff. But a little power bank works well just because it's easy to turn on and off. It's rechargeable. I mean, we were kicking around the idea we have some really small lithium cells from ages ago. We just make our own little tiny lithium pack, but we wanted to make something as true to life as possible for like if you were going to make it at home. How would you do that? AA battery holder or lithium battery pack. Don't make your own lithium things. It's way too much work. But it works well. And actually, what the really nice thing about this is, ages ago when we first were doing stuff, we laser cut adapters for 9G servos. Pete knows, he helped design them.
That's right.
Ages and ages and ages ago. But these are the actually I have one right here. These are the Geek servos, which we now have in stock at browndoggadgets.com. But yeah, they're a nice little Lego compatible servo. They've got male and female studs, holes for your rails on them, and it's a Lego axle mount on top, which works really, really, really well for stuff like this. I think the one I made, if you go to the Kickstarter campaign and watch your video, there's a shot of like a DC motor powered one, a tank that just goes across the screen. I think I might even have like a GIF of it going across the screen over and over again. That was way too much work. That's why like this chassis is great. It's very simple, and these are much easier than trying to like build a big complicated thing. And I was talking with Andy, a curriculum writer, this morning about like Lego and robotics, because there's some good Lego robotics things, Vex Robotics, Lego Mindstorms, but some of those big, like the kit we were looking at was like $500 and just and he was talking about he used to use those at a science center that he worked at here in town, and the biggest issue they had, like with kids arguing, was who got the wheels and who got the tank treads, and the tank treads were just way more work to engineer out as well, versus say just little wheels. And when I did mine years ago, 3 years ago, I did tank treads because they look cool. Let's be honest, tank treads look cool.
They do.
I have tank treads and wheels galore in that bin over there. But like, this is much easier with the little ball bearing on the end. Although I may try to get my Lego on at some point and do a tank tread version of this. And actually, one of the things I want to show off too here is that we got these in a little bit ago from the company that makes these guys, which I don't know if we're going to carry these or not. These are another version of this servo. So they have 3 versions of the servo. They have this color one, which is a continuous rotation servo. They have green, yes.
Green.
Well, I guess these
Those
are
are
orange. These are the same one. This is the prototype we got. This is the production one.
Okay.
So the ones we have on our website are orange, that are continuous rotation. We have a big box of them. They have gray ones of these, which are 270 servos, and they have red ones, which are just dumb motors. It's just just 2-pin, not even a full
power.
Power.
It'll run,
So just run power into it, and you're good. They came out with this, which same thing. They have a red one, this gray one. They're going to make a continuous rotation one, but these are just it's just a brick. It's a servo and a brick. But the cool thing is, it has axle connections on both sides.
Nice.
So you want to just make a car that just goes. Really, actually, you have a back motor and then another servo up front to go turn left or right, like a car.
Steering, servo for steering, right?
That works really well. And this is just the 271. They've got a couple different depths of holes in here for connecting pegs and whatnot. Same here and here. I only wish they had like a female studs, the female adapter in the bottom, so you could just plug it into a Lego thing.
Some hot glue maybe would take care of that.
Yeah, that's always like these things are nice. Like we really like them, and they do have the female adapter on the bottom.
Yeah, that is nice.
But I wish they had it like on the side, because every time I want to do a servo thing, I want to have my servo horizontal.
Yeah.
And it's not tough to mount them horizontal, especially if you have a lot of Lego Technic pieces. Not at all. It's just one of the things like if I was a kid, I just want to go.
Yeah,
be done with
just
it.
a few more pieces. Typically, that's Lego for you. It's like I just need a couple more pieces.
And these are nice too. We have some little like little chassis. I forget like a 5x8 chassis. I forget the part number, but these will just pop right in the bottom, and 2 of these side by side, and you can do this same approach. These are nice. I like these. I don't know if we're going to carry them or not, just because we use these in a couple of our kits, and I don't sell enough regularly off the website to make it worth time. But these are nice and solid, and I think these would work really well for a variety of things. But Yeah, the red ones that are just motors, I wish they would go faster, but then again, it's got the same, I think, the same gearing on the inside.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're servos. But yeah, I would totally carry these in the future once COVID's gone and we start selling again to schools, maybe. But no, they're nice. They're nicely built, and you can find these. Actually, no, I don't know if you can find these or not, because I think they sent these just as like something new they're about to make
Prototype
a couple
still.
months ago. And usually, like I know you can find like these on Amazon and Robot Shop for I think about the same price we sell them, $5 each. I know Amazon people may have like a 4-pack for $30 for a long time, and I think they've finally fallen. But I don't think anybody has these yet. But they are solid. Like this is a nice little.
Yeah.
Like they're good.
Yeah.
So anywho. So that's the dealio. I think we're talking to ourselves.
Cool.
There's like one person watching. Could just be Andy in the room.
We still got one. If you're watching, leave a comment.
It could be the system watching us. We had 4 at one time.
We got 3 now. See?
3. Oh, I see. I never know the
Tripled our
system's weird.
numbers
It's just
right
oh
there.
well, whatever.
And you know
Anyway,
what? It's face tracking. So when they look away, it doesn't count. It's only when they're looking at the camera.
well, it'd be only in China, I think, or parts of Korea,
Right.
North Korea, best Korea.
Right. One of
Anywho,
those
moving on. So, yay, good times with this. So. These are fun. The Geek servos
Yeah.
are nice. If you do anything Lego based, anything Arduino based, we just like it because I mean,
They're handy.
we got our robotics board here. Let's focus. There we go. This it works really well with these. You're already doing stuff, just easy to plug in. So,
And Josh, like I said, pretty simple code too on that. Basically,
Oh.
we're I wrote some code to move forward, back, and sort of left and right. I think we're only using the turn right or something. So it's just, if both servos go together, forward or go back, or you change one forward, one back, and you turn. And then the sensor is just checking, to see how close it is to an object. And then it stops going forward and does a reverse instead. So very simple.
when I made my really horrible version of this ages ago with the tank treads, I used 3 servos. I had the 2 tank servos, the 2 tank tread servos,
Yeah.
one in front, one in back. And I had a third 180 servo that would move the head. The head would look left and
yeah.
right, and then it would move.
Yep.
So like it looked really fancy, like
Very
left,
cool.
right. It reminded me of Johnny Five from Short
Yeah.
Circuit. It had that very
Johnny 5, yeah.
Johnny Five alive.
Robot.
I don't know why I'm referencing 80s movies so much.
Sci-fi robot.
But they're easy projects. And as much as I do love like building like things with stepper motors and DC motors, it's the extra electronics you have to wire in.
Yeah, steppers. A lot of them are 12 volt. And you need another power supply. And you need a controller for. I mean, this is easy.
Yeah, I mean it's just
Fun and easy.
and two true servos will run off an Arduino without destroying it most of the time.
Right.
We haven't had one to get destroyed yet from it, but I do know they recommend maybe like a max of 100 milliamp through any single Arduino pin, and I know the servos kind of max that out or get close to maxing it out. But long story short, though,
It worked.
When
It worked until you broke it.
well, we're kicking this
I
around.
worked so hard on that.
We're gonna come back to this guy and make a nice little direction set on how to do this with the code.
It's in progress.
Because it's a good project. I think for the longest time too, we didn't even use the ball bearing. You had just a stack of Legos dragging on the back,
which worked okay on like a desk, but on the carpet did not really work.
and this is just
It's an iterative process, man. You work on it, you improve it, and then you keep going.
it's Lego.
It's
You
Lego.
got a box full of them around. Do your
Yeah.
fun stuff. Next day before we head out today, because I think that's about
What else do we got today?
that's all we're really looking at. We got that, got this.
What did we all do this week besides?
Oh,
that?
we have a sound wall you put together, which
We
I
did.
was busy working on other projects and phone calls to do. We have our sound wall project, and we're trying to put up new things every week or so. And you did several Star Trek vinyl cuts up there. We'll post that up maybe on Monday.
Yeah, we did Star Wars for May the 4th, and we figured followed
droids.
by Star Trek. Is there any other star we could follow up with after
Star Fox?
Star? I
Do a
don't know.
barrel roll!
I don't know Star Fox, but okay.
Really? Oh.
Cool. It's from a movie.
Dark Star?
Dark Star. I don't know. Is that a David Bowie album?
That'd be good.
Okay. All right.
The Lone Star, it just things about Texas. You touch one, it's like, oh, he's bigger, and just another one.
Ooh. All right.
just
we can
gunshots.
try that. Okay. Well, what else did we talk to this week?
Oh,
did
we had
Maker
Amanda
Camp and-
from Pear Blossom,
Blossom, right.
Press.
Yeah.
She showed off her really cool cards. She uses our 1/8" maker tape
Maker tape.
in her stuff. So thanks, Amanda. She had a bunch
Yeah.
of her fans messaging and commenting galore, which was awesome.
Yeah, you can actually make really, really nice looking cards with our electronics, but our cards are, our cards are fine.
Actually, yeah, Pete, it really helps when you print on like a nice printer because this looks really nice.
Does look really nice
on our nice like huge.
It's way better
office
than my
printer.
like 15-year-old inkjet with dried ink in it. I gotta say.
We have like a Color Brother printer, and even on like cardstock, it
That
doesn't
one,
look
yeah.
anywhere near this nice. And again, we're using some pretty heavy paper on here too.
I think that fiery color controller, that thing is great.
Yay, the printer! Its nickname is Bob Marley because it's always doing what?
I thought we call it Rico. It's
Oh,
always jamming.
well, it's a Rico printer. But
Be jamming.
It always be jamming. That's why I call it Bob Marley.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and we did that. We were hanging out with Maker Camp. They're cool people because Makershed.com carries our products. We're doing a lot of projects with Maker Camp. Makershed,
Yeah.
your source of maker things.
Or you can just go to browndoggadgets.com.
You can. Now, Pete, I must also point out to people, the two people who are watching right now, one of which
What?
could be spouses.
Right.
You can also buy our products at fine places such as Amazon.com.
I don't have an overlay for that, but everyone knows Amazon.com.
And teaching catalogs. So as I point out, we have great resellers we work with. We love working with them. In fact, most of our sales go through our resellers. NASCO, Ward Scientific, STEMfinity.com. We're about to start going through RobotShop.com as well. Who else? School Specialty, STEMSupplies.com, STEM-supplies.com. Carolina Biological. I'm sorry, I'm going to forget people because we got a lot these days, and I can't.
No, Josh. As I understand it, they don't just get a box of stuff. What else? What do they get? They get access to what?
Oh well, so for instance, if you grab one of our cool Crazy
Sure.
Starter sets, which here from a demo purposes, you get cool materials, yes, and a lot of parts. You also get access to all of our fun. Well, all of our resources are free, Pete. It's not like you have to.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I get a lot of, especially
Like on the internet? You can get them on the internet?
Yes, off
Nice.
browndoggadgets.com. Our resources,
Oh.
our code, our
So
directions.
just go there.
browndoggadgets.com.
Perfect.
I say the most common person who comes in and does a weird project and emails us about it are people who are trying to make our dual-axis solar tracker
Oh, sure. yeah.
from scratch. Which again, it was ours is just a variation of like a kind of fairly open source, commonly done solar tracker. We just laser cut ours. But I get a lot of people asking questions about that over the years, more than anything else. And it's very obvious that they're doing it themselves because they're trying like, well, work with this weird servo, or can it work with a stepper motor? I'm like, probably, but I'm not going to help
we
anyway.
didn't do that.
Because that's not what our code is set up for.
Right.
We're not rewriting code for you, cool person.
Right.
Usually from the Middle East. They got a lot of sun.
They need solar
It really
power,
is.
but yeah.
And kudos for people for making that project. So we've had the directions, our laser cut files, our code, even our PCB files for our custom Arduino shield. If you want to, make your own through some fine places such as oshpark.com.
Sure.
There's so many good STEM places and resources out there, and they're all nice people for the most part.
But Josh, as I was saying,
Anyway.
you don't just get a box full of parts. You get access to our materials, our lesson plans, our curriculum, our templates, all that
yes,
stuff.
they're all up there.
And
you know that
I
our parts
think
will
it's browndoggadgets.com. That's where it is.
Oh, Pete, it's Friday. But you also know, too, I just tell people, like, we tweak all of our components. Like, we put a lot of time and effort to find, like, the right materials. So
Yeah.
just trying out so many different types of servos. Even our LEDs have built-in resistors on them, our maker tape being freaking awesome tape, just to make sure things work well for teachers. Because having been a teacher and having things go bad, Andy having worked at local science center, worked kids groups nonstop, the wrong part for a job is just it's a killer. And Pete over here worked at a children's museum as well. The other children's museum in town, so I've got both the science
Only one.
museum and I don't know. Your place didn't have a gigantic Van de Graaff's generator, so they did. Well, when it worked.
A small one.
It's huge.
I know.
Anyway, well, on that fun note, next week I think we have Ken from Tiny Circuits is hanging out with us on Thursday.
Awesome.
Ken's a really cool guy. TinyCircuits.com they make Arduino and other like integrated circuits and programmable things, but super super tiny. If you want to make your own like little like a little watch or something, like just their parts. The boards are cool because they stack on top of each other.
Like a Lego.
I suppose.
A Lego stack on. Okay, never mind.
Like cups.
I guess.
No, Tiny Circuits is really cool. They do their own manufacturing as well out of their place in Ohio. Nice. But they make some really cool boards and parts. And so Ken's going to show us some of his cool stuff. And then we're not doing anything with Make next week, I don't think. I think
It's like every other week we do stuff.
Yeah, with Maker Camp. They got a lot of people lined up there, and they're live streaming like 2 or 3 times a day with different guests coming in. And I think we're just doing some random fun projects next week. I forget what's on my spreadsheet for next week's work, but we'll be around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll cut it down because Monday is that's a week from Monday's Memorial Day. I don't even know what day it is. We're done. We're done here. Shut it down.
Roll the credits.
We've been doing this too much. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Find our resources. Ask us questions. Whatever. Thanks for coming by. It's good seeing everybody.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Credits.
Thanks for watching. Please visit browndoggadgets.com for parts, projects, and curriculum. Follow us on social media at browndoggadgets. Check out our live streams at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you next time.